Hey, peace, family. Good evening. Welcome to your second edition of Anubis TV. I'm your host, Amun Takala Imhotep, aka Mr. Dread, conscious hip hop artist. So, in this episode, we're gonna laugh a little bit. Some moments we're gonna be serious. A lot of the moments we're gonna be serious because some we need to talk about. Feel me? Some moments are going to be self-reflected as always because that's what Anubis TV is about, right? Self-accountability, rising our communities. You know what I'm saying? So today we are going to talk about the gift that keeps on giving. That gift is called karma. Now, there's some people that don't believe in karma, right? I believe that karma is a very real thing, especially based on my spirituality, which is comedicism. I'm gonna take my glasses off for a second because I'm not outside, right? You know, you do stuff to try to look cool. You ain't gonna do that today. So I might do it later though. But my experience with karma, man. You ever? I'm gonna put it like this on a situational aspect, right? We always wonder why the most wicked people win all the time, right? But do you notice later down the road something catastrophic happens? You know what I'm saying? Give you an example. We already got the ultimate example, did he? He was winning for for a million reasons, a billionaire, right? And then one magic day, poof. It's called karma. See, karma is the ultimate spin the block person, right? It's the ultimate drive by. Karma waits for you. It's the ultimate hunter. That's why I always say karma. I also say karma's a gray headed, you know what? But at the end of the day, karma is the ultimate hunter. Because hunters are patient. Hunters will make that prey out there feel like you winning. You doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But you putting that energy out there. You putting that energy out there. And one day you wide open and bang. You out of there. You know what I'm saying? So when I give people classes on karmic theory, right? I tell people this. I take out my wedding ring and I do this. Wedding rings represent karma. And they go, what you mean? Well, what you get out of your marriage, what you put into your marriage, you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a circle. It's just a revolving circle. And you can have good karma and you can have bad karma because usually when you hear the word karma, a lot of people say, oh, that's bad. No, it's not necessarily. If you do good to people all your life, right? Or you try to do the best you can, whatever 24 hours you got, eventually you get good karma. It's going to come back. It's a spin the block type scenario. Yeah, why you doing this good to people in the communities and everything else? Yeah, it could be a time where times get hard. You might lose money. You might lose friends. But even in those karmic lessons, what you're getting is not necessarily loss. I had to learn that. You're getting gains. Because while you're on the way to experience the good karma you're getting, there's certain things and certain people and certain situations that can't go with you. You know what I'm saying? I call that karmic evolution. Feel me? Y'all can call I coin that. You can't use this mine. But karmic evolution. You know what I'm saying? And there's another thing that I relate to karma. Another term I coin called consequential sequences. Because we don't believe in consequences, right? But that's what karma is. It's a consequence. Everything you do, don't expect something not to happen. If you're this guy on the street unaliving everybody, ultimately, what's going to be your karma? The cemetery. Somebody going to spin a block on you one day. If you out there stealing from people, one day, karma is going to happen. You either going to get shut down or somebody's going to, catch you slipping one day. Yeah. Karma's a big thing, man. And with our community and our people, it's such a big issue with us, man. We do stuff a lot of the times and don't have self-accountability. But guess what? Karma is the ultimate self-accountability thing. You don't have to accept responsibility for what you've done. You don't. Karma's going to do it for you. So when these people go, man, why is all this bad stuff happening to me all of a sudden out of nowhere? What energy did you put in before? What did you do to people before? Sometimes you have ancestral karma. For real though. Sometimes you do. Sometimes your people that came before you could do some great things and put in great input, right? In their lives. And here you go, poop, you in the next generation, and you benefit off of that karma. Because you're part of that bloodline. Because it's a generational thing also. See, when karma hits, it's not necessarily one person all the time. Karma's a tricky beast. That's why it's universal. It's a secret to the universe, right? So it could be karma coming from your father to you. It could be karma coming from your mother to you. It could be karma from you to your children. It could be karma from you. It just depends on the severity or the amount of blessings you gave. If you gave a whole lot of blessings all your life, you're going to get good karma for generations. Yes, they'll have to go through some circumstances that might make them feel like they're suffering. But at the end of the day, folks, it's just making them stronger because they're going to the next level, right? Sometimes we got a doggone, sometimes coal has to go under pressure to make a diamond, feel me? This is what it is, man. But then you got those others, those vile people. Succubuses and incubuses. I'm going to talk about that too. They generate so much foul karma and they accept zero accountability and they have the audacity, the outright gall to think, oh, nobody will catch me. If nobody catches you, they'll catch your children. Karma's going to spin the block. Karma's going to get that get back. So what does that mean for us if somebody does us wrong? I used to be the kind of person back in the gap, right? You play with me, I'm coming for you. I got to get you. I got to have it. We got to run one. Time and experience has taught me to stay out of the way of karma. Meaning that when situations happen, instead of me saying, oh, I'm going to spin the block, I got to holler at them, this or this or this, I sit back and I go, okay. And I get out of the way. It's important, family, to get out of the way of karma. If you know something is coming good for somebody, get out of the way. Let them be blessed. And that's another problem in our community, man. We hate to see people blessed because it don't have nothing to do with you. You might not be able to go along for the ride. You might not be able to benefit off of the blessing that a person's worked all their life for. But guess what? That person worked for that. They generated that karma. They don't owe you nothing just because you with them. Get your own karma. And together y'all can have great karma. Y'all can have twin circles of karma. Or you could try to do something grimy to this person that's succeeding and building and owning and having and being blessed abundantly when they could have blessed you, and try to shut them down or try to stop them or pull something shady. And you get negative karma by being completely obliterated by karma, not even by the person. So you don't have to do nothing to nobody. Anybody that wrongs you, you know, the Bible teaches, you know, forgive those who despitefully use you, the whole nine, right? But that's not my spirituality. Mine teaches us not to forgive. But I'm going to tell you this. The problem is when they say do not forgive, I don't forgive other people, but I always forgive myself. I got to give myself that grace when I make a bad decision to involve people in my life that might get in the way of my good karma. So I say it all the time. I forgive you. I look in the mirror. And I want y'all to do that, right? I want y'all to take our time. If you're watching this show right now, look in the mirror, bruh, sis, and go, man, I forgive you. I forgive you. My bad. I'm sorry. Have that conversation with yourself. A lot of y'all have not apologized to yourselves. You sit up there and you have all those questions and you don't, and you got the answer. It's in you, right? So you'll sit up there and go, man, how did that happen to me? Well, I was a complete and total ass. Well, that's what happened. How did that fight break out in the club? Dude stepped on my shoe. I could have just said, hey, man, because he did say, excuse me. I could have just said, hey, man, my bad. You know, no problem. And just kept it moving. But no, I acted out and I got stretched. You could have doggone sat there with your people and watched a good show and minded your business, even if you had differences with somebody in the same room, and just been an adult. But what did you do? You went in and you acted out. You tried to cause a scene and almost got destroyed. And then you got totally and completely embarrassed as an adult. That's what I mean by watch the karma you generate. You know what I'm saying? You have to, family. You have to watch the karma you generate at all times. I'm not perfect. I tell people all the time, I'm perfectly imperfect. I know as a man, I'm going to screw up at least 5 times a day, at least, minimum. I know this, especially as an older man. I know I'm going to screw up at least 5 times a day, and it is what it is. But I give myself enough grace to acknowledge the fact that I'm going to have that error. I'm going to have these problems. But the only way I can learn how to correct them in the future is to go through it. And if anybody steps in the way of me, I'm not going to try to push them out of the way. Unless they put their hands on me, then I. But I'm not going to try to push them out of the way. But I am going to warn you. You're blocking my blessing. You need to move around. If you can't move around, guess what? I'm going to let you go and get knocked out by karma. Because I'm going to get my blessing. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's a lot of people that don't practice my spirituality. That's cool. I don't care. Look, my disclaimer is this. I don't care about nobody's spirituality. You can pray to a leaf. If you're cool people, keep on praying to the leaf. Leaf Adominus, whatever. But I care that you're taking this message to heart, family, because I care about my people. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I could talk about, what so-and-so did and so-and-so blah, 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 and do big exposés, right? I don't feel like it. You know why? Because I feel like it's going to block my karma. I've been really blessed in the past few months, my wife and I. I've been blessed with a good team around me. We've been blessed to do good opportunities. And it's all because when bad things happen, I get out of the way of karma. I don't address it. I let it be. And I let the ancestors do what they do. And I keep being the best I can with every 24 hours I get. That's another thing, folks. You got to understand something. You only got 24 hours a day. Don't waste it all being mad all the time. Some of y'all wake up gang banging at breakfast, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you sitting up here set tripping over Cheerios. Understand me? So what you're not understanding is you starting from the time you open your eyes and taking your breath when you wake up, generating bad karma. Some of y'all wake up hating on somebody. I don't know how y'all do that because actually frankly speaking, I'm allergic to hating. But at the end of the day, I've seen people wake up or not sleep at all because you hate another person's life. That's crazy work, man. You so pressed over another person's life that you wake up angry. Nothing in your life is successful because you're mad at another person that's blessed. Well, you just get up with every 24 hours you got and go out and generate that good karma for yourself. And at the end of the day, you cool. Some of y'all spend most of your day of the 24 hours that you get bashing people, lying on people, causing discord, being a menace in the neighborhood, being a menace in the community, doing all this nonsense, doing outright scandalous stuff. But you only got 24 hours a day. So by the time you stop being scandalous, you sleep. Let me ask y'all a question for those people that like mess. What if you went to sleep right after your little mess tirade, your little messy ventures for the day? Causing mayhem, spying on people's pages on Facebook, saying the shade, trolling people's pages, all this nonsense. What if you went to sleep and didn't wake up? The last thing anybody's going to remember about you is that you was the messiest mother person out there. And instead of them saying rest in power, rest in peace, they're saying rotten piss. What do you want your legacy to be? Sure, some of y'all lying to yourselves right now, right? Saying, I know I'm a good person. I just call out what needs to be called out. Let me tell you something. It ain't a person on this earth that can't be called out by something. every day. You could say, Dre came in here with black shoes. Well, guess what? You got on Pro Wings and I got on Nikes. Understand me? You could say, I don't like Dre's watch. Well, I got Italian twine. You got a doggone Timex watch. Or you got a Gore-Tex watch. We can go on and on and on and on. I don't like Dre's beard. Well, you ugly. You know what I'm saying? Dreadlocks is too long. You got weave in your head and you're a whole dude. We can go on. We can go round and round and round and round and round and ring around the rosy on dissing each other. Because even in social media, right? The most hits you get is through exposés of people talking about other people or downing other people through trolling or trying to be funny, right? You know what I like? It was this dude, right? I did a clip this morning and I was being funny. He was from Baltimore, and Baltimore got a different way of speaking. But me being Texas Cali, you know, and hanging around and knowing people like E40 and Big Ol' Meezy, shout out to Sick With It family. I know terms like, what up, my weefualization was popping. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand the slang. You understand? So Baltimore slang is a little different. So my boy got on there and said, what up, my goop? You go up to Giggle Wayne and the Fickle Wayne and all this other stuff. And I got on there. And I said, yeah. And I also like to add, make sure you put a towel on the really cow because a filicé is a tilite. But in reality, as much slang as he was talking, I wasn't saying nothing because they ain't even words what I was saying. But what the man was saying was Baltimore slang. But if you really paid attention, the man was dropping good game on how to keep pushing and keep being motivated. How do I know that? Because it ain't just how you say it, it's the message behind what you say sometimes. That's how he generates his good karma, by putting this stuff out there, right? By saying what he got to say his own way. Maybe it was just meant for people from Baltimore who knows exactly what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? If I came in and I spoke Creole, it would just be that Haitian, so people that's Creole. If I spoke Japanese, it'd probably just be Japanese. You feel me? So it's his language going out, but he wanted to generate that karma. That's how he wanted to start that day. He wanted to create that spark to other people that gave him that spark in himself to keep going throughout the week. Because sometimes we need that, dog. We need that good karma. We need that. And I know y'all watching my channel right now going, man, all this dude is sitting there, he's just sitting by himself talking. That's all he doing. But are you listening though? There'll be other people on there. But I'm asking you, are you listening right now? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Are you receiving the message? When Neo first met Morpheus, when he first took the pill, it was just Morpheus talking to Neo. It wasn't a whole gang of people. It wasn't super entertaining. It was Morpheus sitting on a chair talking to Neo. Neo received the message and became Neo. Are we willing to unplug out of the matrix? That's what Anubis TV is about. I got to come in the matrix and I got to be Black Neo. I'm the virus to the matrix. I got to come in and I got to talk to you in my own way. I'm going to try not to be disrespectful as I can. But I'm going to say what I got to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, because that's what it is on my time. But understanding karmic theory is important, family. It's so important. It's so important. Why does the sun emit light to the earth? That's even karmic theory. If you look at the amount of plasma, because it's not necessarily gases, it's culminated in a ball, and the plasma, based on the gravity and the density of space, it just compresses everything. It keeps everything into a finite ball, which radiates enough heat and enough radiation to emit enough light to be able to light up the universe. It's karma. Plasma comes in, light comes out. Energy, in other words, energy comes in, light goes out. What do you think a light bulb is? Energy comes in, current comes to the doggone bulb itself, and the bulb, and it circulates to a conductor, which puts energy through it, which causes that light to emit power, energy. Everything is karma. Karma's all around you. 1 + 1 = 2. Karma. How's that karma? Well, you got 1. You put another 1 in it. Now you got 2. That's karma. Everything you do, family. It's just up to you if you want good karma or bad karma. That's why I named my organization Anubis, and that's why I have Anubis TV. Anubis' nickname is Karma. Also the Grim Reaper. And everybody goes, what? It was Grim Reaper? Yeah. Grim Reaper's not necessarily a bad thing. Grim Reaper is your life. It's what you reap from your life. That's what a reaper is. You reap what you sow, right? Karma. Anubis isn't good. He ain't evil. He just takes you to your destination. It's karma. Whatever energy you put to that door is what you're going to. Because you put that door there. He's not responsible for nothing. You can't pray to him for salvation. He ain't going to get it. That's not his job. You ain't his job. He's the escort to karma. A lot of y'all are escorting yourselves to a bad door, man. You probably had a good start. Probably had good intentions. But your minds got corrupted with stuff like fame. Your minds got corrupted by meeting famous people. Your minds might have got corrupted by by opportunities or probabilities or personalities that you probably wouldn't have met unless you paid a large sum of money, right? A lot of y'all get influenced by your ego because everybody goes, oh, so and so, oh my God, da da da. So you get that celebrity complex in your head. And that takes me to a clip I saw by my man Andre 3000. Salute to the God. That's the GOAT to me. And he said being famous is the most stressful thing ever. It feels inhuman. You know why? Because nobody's really sincere. But anyway, back off of that. Salute to him. A lot of y'all have allowed yourselves to be corrupted because of all this stuff that don't even have value. Some of y'all corrupted by pieces of paper, man. Corrupted and controlled by somebody give you a piece of paper, all of a sudden with a stupid name behind it. Oh my God, this is and you forgot that you have to generate good karma. Karma is important. So you wouldn't stab somebody in the back. You wouldn't allow somebody. You wouldn't act like something's happened. You wouldn't have cognitive dissonance. The whole thing. At the same time, you not understanding. You messing around with the ultimate spinning the block. So when you get these accolades, you get these people in your circle that you know all of a sudden, you get these people that that pretend love you. Guess what? You generated that karma, right? Because that's what you worship. So guess what? You're going to be surrounded by fake people. You're going to be surrounded by people that secretly want to destroy you, but because y'all trauma bonded, y'all going to rock together like y'all best friends. And all y'all going to do is plot and seek who you can and who you can't ruin or destroy. But you not understanding. Karma is the ultimate spin the block. So the people that you're doing this dirt against ain't got to do nothing to you. Ain't got to say nothing about you. I advise them, hey, matter of fact, check this out, y'all. If this is happening to you, do me a favor. Just be quiet and get out the way. Because 2026 is important. Right? It's important. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to do a little numerology. 2 + 0 + 2 + 6 = 10. 1 + 0 = 1. 1 in numerology is a reset. Last year, it was the rebirth. 9. 2 + 0 + 2 + 5, right? = 9. Now it's the reset. Now everything's new. But guess what? Karma's doing this now. Pop, right in your face. Pop. So, because when stuff resets, you gotta get your get back from the old stuff, right? So you can start new. So hopefully it teaches you to be better, or karma's gonna drive you mentally insane. Because you lack so much self-accountability That you'll say other people are doing this to me. I'm not doing this. Other people are doing this to me. No, you're doing this to you. Remember I said last week, it's yous. What you think karma is? It's an it's you. It's you got issues because it's you. Karma makes you understand, overstand, and comprehend that you need to do better. You need to treat people right. And based on my spirituality, which is comedicism, it takes you to your sonum bonum, or your greatest you. All right? A lot of us will sit up there and say, I'm only human, and that's your problem. You're not only human. You're a divine child. You're scared to embrace that divinity because then you got to look out for stuff like karma. You got to be careful. You got to be a black person. Can't be niggas now because karma's going to spin the block. You treat your elders with disrespect, guess what's going to happen to you when you're an elder? You treat your children with disrespect. Don't be surprised if they don't F with you when you're older. You beat your children, of course they're going to hate you when they're older. You wasn't there for your family when they needed you, of course nobody going to be there for you. You're a career criminal, nigga, you're going to jail. You take somebody's life, eventually your life is going to be taken. Karma, it's real, y'all. It's a real thing. I need y'all to understand that. Everybody that has a ring on their finger, I want you to hold it up like I did in the first part of this episode, like this. And I want you to look at it. And I really want you to understand and comprehend that when you put that ring on your finger, whether it's a wedding ring or a designer ring, like this, it's still a ring. And karma represents this ring, right? Sometimes if you look at this, it has a design on it, right? Which means karma has certain different paths. And it might shape certain things. But at the end, damn, man, it's still karma. Karma's going to always come back and give you either good energy or bad. Just do yourself a favor, man. Put good energy into the universe. Do your best. You know what I'm saying? Do I cuss people out? Yeah. Do I want to get active sometimes when I done had enough? Yeah. Because sometimes people have to reap that karma. If they've been pushing you for years and you've been that good person to just try to back up and be cool and let things go and walk away. All right, brother. All right, sister. I don't want no problem. Then one magic day, that other side goes, show this nigga. That's karma. Because it's time. Show this whatever you are. Because you know the N-word ain't based on ethnicity or race, dog. Because it's white ones, black ones, Asians. It's a Neapolitan. All right. Like the ice cream. It's a Neapolitan choice. But at the end of the day, when you generate that karma, it's coming. You might have been holding off for years and years and years and years and years, and one day you just blow up, because sometimes people need to see that you're kind, because you can literally blow up the world if you want to. And after that, they back up and go, he's crazy. No, it's not crazy. She's not crazy. They've had enough. They've had enough. Or sometimes you could see somebody under a bridge and they might be struggling, right? And you help them. And you would probably think you'll never see them again until a year later, right? And then you turn around and they bless you. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that episode of Anubis TV. All right, I enjoyed y'all. Y'all take care. If you want to be a sponsor, please hit my DM. If you want interviews, hit my DM. Salute to the fire station. And we out. We got to be better. Be better. All day, every day. A BB for Hodie. Peace.